Hello everyone, Meisterang here. I've saved 10 villages in a row during some of my practice runs of Endless, or just runs I didn't feel like recording. I'm gonna see if I can do better than that. Okay, so the game says there's one outcast, but that does not count the one created by the counselor. So there are two outcasts. I mean, this doesn't matter. I'm just gonna click everybody, and the Lilith is gonna kill people, and hopefully that doesn't mess me up too much. I could try to, let's see. I could try to like kill the Lilith before. Okay, yeah, kill the Lilith before before her ability goes off a second time. So the Plague Doctor could have been fake, and the Confessor could have been corrupted. Okay, so these bards, one of these bards is fake. Number one is good. That is false. Yeah, number one is good. That is false. Wait, how many corrupted characters can there be? One from the Poisoner and one from the Plague Doctor. So two corrupted characters. 2 or 10 is a counselor. Is that even possible? No, that's impossible. So this person's not being truthful. This person's not being truthful. There could have been a wretch as number 8, but 2 and 10 are clearly not next to any outcasts, since there aren't any hidden outcasts. Closest evil is clockwise. I believe it. That would mean the gem crafter is corrupted and not evil, which, yeah, I believe it. Okay, this person's wrong as well. This bard is wrong. I'm gonna say that this bard is probably evil, because well, okay, hold on. So, 1, 2, there are 3 people who are wrong. Actually, there are 4 people who are wrong. Wait, hold on a second. It's 1 or 10. Oh yeah, 2 people who are corrupted and 2 people who are evil. So that accounts for 4 people who are wrong. So if this bard was corrupted, then bard number 4 would also be wrong. Okay. And I think I have no way of knowing which of these... Oh, closest evil is clockwise, which means the gem crafter is not evil. Oh, and also the counselor has to be next to an outcast. Anyway, okay, 1 outcast and no corruption unless there's a Plague Doctor. Okay, so if I want to see this last card, I have to kill the witch, or I just kill number 9. Anyway, these 2 people are truthful. Yeah, there's no corruption unless there's a secret Plague Doctor under this, under number 9. Okay, this enlightened. Well, let's see. Closest evil is clockwise. I feel like I can believe that. Let's see what the fortune teller says about these 2 people. Okay, this person's not truthful, and there's probably no corruption. If there's corruption, then that means number 9 is a Plague Doctor. Closest evil is clockwise. Okay, that's definitely truthful. Learn a random outcast. Okay, no outcast. That's truthful. This Slayer. Well, okay, so we have 2 more evils. I don't think it's possible for both of these to be evil, so let's just kill whoever's under this card. Okay. What did I mess up? So there's... Okay, so this Bombardier is real. Okay, this Alchemist is being truthful. This Confessor is being truthful. This Enlightened... Oh my goodness, because I can't tell the difference between clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank goodness this was a Slayer. If this wasn't a Slayer and I couldn't like, try to kill number 8 using number 7, then I would have had to do a 50-50 guess. Okay. One outcast. I mean, I'm just gonna be clicking everybody anyway, so I don't need to think about that. So I don't think the wretch has ever been fake, so bye-bye. Alright. Yeah, you're not a... The wretch isn't a puka, the wretch is a cabbage. Oh, they're both being, untrustworthy. They might just both be corrupted by the, puka. Puppeteer is 1 away from closest evil. Okay, so the only way one of these is wrong is if the other is evil. Because there is currently 1 evil adjacent to the lover and 1 evil adjacent to the hunter. Anyway, there's a puka, a puppeteer. Oh, and there's a puppet. Puppeteer and a puppet. Oh, this statement's definitely truthful. The scout is definitely not lying when he says that the puppeteer is 1 card away from the puppet. Okay. These could both be evil, because one of them could be the puppet, and the other one could be the puppeteer. If the lover is the puppet... No, wait, that's not true. Never mind. Yeah, if these are both evil, then they both have to be lying. No, wait, the hunter's statement is just straight up truthful. Yeah, so the hunter's definitely good, and that means the lover is definitely good as well. Yeah, because if the lover... Well, wait a second. Okay, if the hunter is the puppet, and the lover is the puppeteer, that's possible. Wait, who can... Oh. The, Wait a second. So for the bard to actually be 2 cards away from a corrupted character, the poet has to be corrupted, and if the bard is being truthful, that means he's not next to the puka. So the puka has to be over here, and that's not possible. So the bard is definitely not being... Oh, well, okay, these 3 people are not being truthful. I'm going to say that well, okay. I'm just going to click the bard and kill him, and if he's just corrupted, then that probably gives me a lot of information. Okay, so this guy got corrupted by the puka, but both these people are wrong, and these people cannot be corrupted if the... Okay. Yeah, they can't be corrupted, since the puka was the only person who could corrupt them. Okay, well, let's just click some cards. Okay, I want to click... Yeah, since I can't click all of them, I want to click the cards that these people can see. 6, 8, and 9. 8, 4, 7. Okay, we'll just click all of these. We'll click everyone except for 5. 8 or 6 is a minion, according to the Oracle. Wait a second. Okay, a minion, a witch, and a ba. Oh, there's a doppelganger. Potentially. There's potentially a doppelganger if this plague doctor is fake. 8, 4, and 7. Okay, so... Yeah, so the 7... The plague doctor... Okay, so if the bishop is lying, then 8, 4, and 7 all have to just be villagers. But if the plague doctor is fake, then the plague doctor is evil. So they cannot be all villagers. So the bishop cannot be lying, and that means this plague doctor cannot be fake. Actually, the plague doctor could be evil, and the scout or judge is a doppelganger. Okay, I mean, that's possible. But yeah, the bishop's definitely truthful. I'm gonna say that the Plague Doctor is probably. Well, let's see if this guy's corrupted. Nope. Um, let's see if the judge thinks the bishop is truthful. Okay. So the judge is either lying or corrupted. Okay, cool. So, oh, this baker is wrong. There could be a doppelganger. 8 or 6 is a minion. Well, that's true. So, if the oracle is lying, both characters are good. If the oracle is telling the truth, does that mean the hunter is good? I'm going to see if 5 is a... Okay, so in this case, the hunter is good. Oh, right. Between 8, 4, and 7, there's minion, outcast, and villager. Okay, so this guy is not... Yes, this guy is definitely a villager. I have not figured out who is corrupted. I think it has to be the baker who's corrupted, and yeah, there we go. Okay, so we have 2 outcasts, not just 1. Is there any corruption here? If there's a plague doctor, then yes. Okay, well I have to just let one person get killed by the Lilith. Closest evil is clockwise. Okay, I believe that. 7 or 9 is a minion. Oh, yeah, the wretch registers as an evil, so yeah, that's believable. Yep, that's believable. This person was an enlightened, but that's clearly false. It's possible this person was corrupted by a plague doctor, but I think it's... Oh, no, that's not possible because the alchemist would have cured it. All right, get out of here. Oh, now I can click some more cards. Yeah, this alchemist clearly did not cure 2 corruptions. Get out of here. Oh, okay, so now there's... I mean, I already knew there were 2. There were 2... whatever... 2 outcasts. So it could have been possible that the alchemist was corrupted. But it didn't happen. Okay, so this is truthful. Oracle's truthful. Minion is 1 away from the closest evil. Oh, well, this person's lying. Yeah, both the cards 2 away from the Lilith were good. Alright, let's just click everybody. Okay, 1, 5, and 2. Okay. So what's going on? So between 1, 5, and 2, there's a villager, a minion, and an outcast. Well, this bombardier is clearly not a villager, so the bishop's truthful. Then one of these is a minion, and the other one's a villager. And how many people can be corrupted? 1. Okay, and then for the Empress, 1, 2, and 7. 1 is evil. So, if the Empress is truthful, then the Bard is evil. But also the Bard is 2 away from a corrupted character. Allegedly. But yeah, this hunter is clearly not being truthful. Okay, what is going on? The 1, 2, and 7. Well, we know that 1 and 7 are not evil. So the Empress is saying that 2 is evil. The Bard is saying that the Empress is corrupted. Okay, what if the Empress is truthful? The Bard is evil, And then, I don't know, the level goes on. Okay, what if the Empress is evil? Well, then the Bard is wrong, either corrupted or evil. In this case, he would have to be evil. And that, checks out. Okay, so one of, the Hunter or the Bard has to be evil. Let's just, either 5 or 2 is evil. Yeah, the Hunter is wrong. If the Bard is truthful, the Empress is corrupted. Is it possible the Knight is corrupted? I want to think about that. Okay, so the Hunter would be evil in that hypothetical. And then the Bard cannot be truthful. Okay, so this is the hypothetical. Okay, so that's possible. Although, I'm just gonna... Okay. I think there was only one possibility if the Knight was corrupted. So that was why I was okay with potentially killing an innocent person. Okay, 1, 2, and 5. Yeah, one of these is evil. Yeah, this is clearly false. Let's see. Okay. This dreamer is being truthful. So, yes, the poisoner could not be the Bard, in which case the poisoner would be 4 or 5. But the Bard is truthful, so the Empress was corrupted. Okay, so we have 2 of the same villager. Okay. Oh, 2 Slayers. You know, unless one of them's fake. 2 Slayers, 2 Gem Crafters. I'm so tempted to just have one of the Slayers try to kill a wretch. I think that would be very funny. Well, okay, number 5 was good. Or sorry, number 6 was good. I got confused. Okay. You don't know if the Slayer is good. I could just have the Slayers try to kill each other. I think that would be funny. Okay, it worked. What I should have seen was if there's corruption. Probably not. Oh, I would say definitely not. I don't think the Wretch has ever been fake. Which means there should be no Plague Doctor. Which means there's no corruption. Which means if one of these guys is evil, then, you know, that happens. Okay. So the 2 Gem Crafters are real. This guy is saying the Witch is 1 card away from the closest evil. Okay, so he's accusing number 10. I've accounted for 1 evil. There are 2 cards that haven't been flipped yet. I could just test the Jester and see if he's evil. Okay, the Jester is good. If the Scout... Okay, so there's 2 more evils. If the Scout is truthful, then the Witch is, in fact, next to an evil. Yeah, so 9 and 10 are evil. If the Scout is evil, then 10 and 9... Well, then 10 is not evil, but 9 is. Alright. It's only 1 pair of evil, according to the Knitter. Which is believable. Yeah, if the Knitter is truthful, then I don't get a contradiction. If the Scout is truthful, yeah, I think either way, it works and I just have to kill them both. Or I have to be prepared to kill them both, at least. Okay, well, let's just reveal all the cards and then take another look. Oh, since there was a witch, I should have, I should have tried to, I should have figured out, like, considered who I should flip. Like, the Empress is referring to number 9, so maybe I should have flipped number 9 instead of, like, number 4. Anyway, we have two outcasts, but one of them could be fake, and we have a Puka. Yeah, 3 cards away from corrupted character, which means this person would be corrupted, and then that would imply that this person's corrupted, this person's evil, and yeah, that checks out. It's only one pair of evil, so that means the 2 evils are next to each other, or one of the evils is next to the wretch. Okay, there's a bombardier and a wretch, so there could be a drunk. Okay. So the Empress is saying that 9, 7, or 2 is evil. And she's being truthful because if you're lying, then... Oh, wait a second. All characters are good. Which, yeah, that's possible because the Bombardier is good. Okay. Let's see what the judge says. Okay, so the wretch is not lying, so the judge is not being truthful. But yeah, there could be a Puka. Or the judge could be the drunk. Let's see if the judge is the drunk. No outcasts. Alright, let's just kill this guy and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, so this person could have been corrupted, and if they were corrupted, then it would tell me whether they were the drunk or they were affected by the Puka. So if they were not... Actually, the Puka could have been number 7, since there could be a drunk. Anyway, 8 is not a real judge. Yeah, and if... Oh, there are only 2 evils. Okay. I could, yeah, I mean, there's no way I can solve anything like this. Okay, is it possible to have duplicates? No. So one of the fortune tellers has to be evil. Okay, well, let's just see. Okay, they're both evil, or one of them's evil and the other is corrupted. That's what I'm guessing is going on here. Okay. Alright, this says, if I kill the knight and the knight is corrupted, then that would be very bad. I mean, that would be the end of our endless run. Not so endless now, is it? Okay, so there can only be one person who is corrupted. So I think I'm just going to kill the fortune teller. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, and if the fortune teller was corrupted, then at least I know that there's nobody else who's corrupted, and I can try to kill the knight, and I can use the judge's power. Okay, so the architect is saying that the left side is more evil. Well, okay, so the lover or the architect has to be evil. If the lover is truthful, then the architect is evil. Actually, could one of them be corrupted? Like, what if the lover is corrupted? Okay, then the architect is not evil. All right, let's see what the judge says. Judge says 9 is telling the truth. Scout says that 9 is evil. So, wait, so if I... Okay, yeah, so the scout is accusing the lover, effectively. And the judge is clearing the lover. So either the scout or the judge is wrong. And then either the lover or the architect is wrong. Well, let's just kill the lover and see what happens. Oh, nice. Okay, lots of corruption potential. Okay, we have the number of outcasts that we're expecting to have. Although one of them could be fake and there could be a doppelganger. I suspect that this poet is not being truthful. Wait, can there be duplicates? Yeah, there could be a doppelganger, so these gem crafters could both be good. Or they could, or one of them could be corrupted, or they could both be corrupted. Who knows? Oh, between 4, 7, and 1, there is a villager, an outcast, and a minion. Okay. Wait a second. Well, okay, so if the bishop is lying, then all 3 of these are villagers, which is impossible. So she has to be truthful. So one of them is a villager and the other is a minion. I think I think the gem crafter is probably a villager who's corrupted, and then number 1 then number 1 would be evil. That's what I'm guessing. But yeah, so wait, so if this gem crafter is evil, then possibly the druid, then the druid would be evil, and I can try to figure that out. Well, yeah, okay. And then this knitter would not be telling the truth. There's a lot of people who could be corrupted. Okay, anyway, yeah, so which one's the villager and which one's the minion? So if this one is the minion, then this one is the villager and is corrupted. This one is then lying about 9 being good, so this is evil. Then the knitter is probably confused. Oh, these are both of the evils accounted for. Wait. Yeah, I don't think this is actually possible because, like this knitter. Well, okay, so if both of these, well, first of all, if both of the evils were up here, the bishop would be corrupted. Yeah, so that's not possible. Okay. So this is not evil, this is good. And wait, no, if this is evil, then this is also evil. I'm pretty confused right now. Let's take another look here. Yes, there's a poisoner and a puka. Yeah, so if the gem crafter is evil, then the other gem crafter is also evil. So this gem crafter has to be evil, and this one has to be good. Okay. Then this guy's corrupted. But how is the bishop not corrupted then? Like, the bishop could be a doppelganger, but then there's no other bishop, so that's not possible. Okay, let's start over. So, I believe the bishop has to be truthful, because if not, then 7 is a villager, which is impossible. Okay, so but 1 and 4 has to have a villager and a minion. And in this case, the minions always lie. So, yeah, so this has to be... Yeah, so if this is the minion, then number 1 is not good. So these are... Neither of these can be villagers. So this has to be a villager, and then this has to be the evil. So this is false. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so there's a doppelganger and this plague doctor is fake. Okay, I figured it out. Yeah, because there's no way that these are both, that these are the good and the evil. Yeah, so one of these is a doppelganger and the other one is fake. Or whatever, and the other one's a real gem crafter. Cool. Learn 1 outcast. I mean, I don't really care which one is the real, which one is the doppelganger and which one's not. I just care whether the druid is honest or not. And then we have... Well, so this poet is wrong. Wait, no. Oh, yeah, this poet is wrong. But, oh, number 4 could be a doppelganger. So, like, if this was the puka, then it is possible for number 4 to not be corrupted. Okay, so if the evils are not adjacent... Well, okay, if the evils are adjacent, then this knitter is corrupted or evil. But if the knitter's a puka, then the druid would be corrupted. So the knitter would be corrupted. The poet would be evil. And the alchemist would be corrupted. Okay. Actually, I can see... Okay, so 8 is corrupted. I don't know why I clicked that, because obviously... Well, I don't know. I guess it could have been possible that maybe the poisoner corrupted the poet. I don't know. Anyway, 8 is not corrupted. But, in fact, the poisoner always lies, so 8 is corrupted. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can get with... see what we can get with 3 clicks. No evils adjacent, 1 card away from the closest evil. Yeah, so just killing number 9 is risky because this person could be wrong. Could be corrupted. Actually, can people be corrupted? Yes. But only... Okay, I don't know. This person could be like a drunk or something. Let's just keep going. Okay. Oh, yeah, the Lilith isn't going to kill anybody else. I don't care about taking 2 more damage. That is 3 scouts. Oh, they could all be legitimate because of the shaman and the doppelganger. Or there could be a drunk. Okay, well, these 2 scouts agree with each other. I mean, it's possible that they're all truthful. Because the Lilith could be 2 cards away from the Shaman or the Poisoner, and then the Shaman and the Poisoner are touching. Okay, so Hunter is 1 card away from the closest evil. I'm so tempted to have the judge click the dead person. Okay, so there's exactly... Oh, there's 1 or 2 corrupted people. But I think there's just a doppelganger. I don't believe this druid. I'm going to kill this druid and see what happens. Okay, so there is, in fact, a doppelganger among these guys. Okay, so this hunter is truthful. 3 cards away from corrupted character. So that would have to mean that this scout is corrupted. And then this scout would be evil. And then this scout, I guess, would be the doppelganger. Okay. This is all if the bard is telling the truth. And then this lover would be also evil. And then the shaman would not actually be 1 card away from the closest evil. And like there's no poisoner next to the scout to corrupt him. So I think, yeah, this bard can't be honest here. Let's see what the judge says. Okay, the judge is not being truthful. Yeah, get out of here. He could have been corrupted. In that case, I would at least know that the scout is actually the poisoner, and then I could probably figure it out from there. Yeah, I would know that. Well, actually, since there's a doppelganger here, yeah, I think I would have been able to figure it out. Anyway, now what? Oh, this bard can't be corrupted because he's not next to a poisoner. Alright, we're doing well. We have 1... Oh, okay, so we have a... Oh, we have a Lilith and a Witch. Okay, well these are being truthful, I guess. Yeah, and I can't kill anybody right now. Okay. Well, number 3 actually could be a doppelganger. So I don't actually know that the medium is real. Wait, is there any corruption? No corruption. Okay, so the knight is real. So the hunter is saying that the medium is fake. Okay. Yeah, there's no corruption. And there are 3 evils. Okay, so if this guy's truthful, then this is evil, this is evil, and this is evil. Okay, what if this guy's not truthful? And this is good, this is good, and these are evil. Okay, so I think it's safe to kill the knitter. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so truth, if this is truthful, then evil and evil. And if this is evil, truthful, yeah, so 9 is also evil. What am I doing? Wait a second, so if this is truthful, then this is evil. Oh, and that's also evil. Whoops. Okay. Maybe we'll just find a bombardier, and actually if I find a bombardier, I don't even know that it's a real bombardier. Anyway, I believe this baker. Um, let's see. The poet says 1, 5, and 7 is villager, minion, and outcast. So with the role that actually says that, or the real role that claims 3 people are minion, villager, and outcast, we know that if they're lying, then all 3 of them are villagers. Okay, if the poet is being truthful, then the villager would be the baker, and then um, number 7 would have to be lying. But if number 7 was not a villager, then the baker would have turned the poet into baker instead. So I think the poet cannot be honest here. What do we have? We don't have any. Oh, we have a drunk, possibly. So I think the poet is lying. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now what? Oh, so the knitters don't agree with each other. Yeah, there's one pair or there are no pairs. Yeah, so the only way that there's really anything left to do is if there's a drunk. I think, yeah, so the druid says there's a bombardier, and if this druid is not being truthful, then this person is wrong, and then one of these people is wrong. I think, and then everyone else would have to be correct. Which would mean the druid is the drunk. Oh, that also means the bombardier would be fake. Yeah, okay, so I think, yeah, the druid has to be truthful, and, yeah, so there's nobody that can be corrupted. So there's just one bad person. So the evils are definitely not adjacent to each other. Okay. Okay, so is this... I mean, so this baker is clearly not being truthful. And we also have a fake outcast. Wait, how many possible corrupted? Okay, so there might be one corrupted person. Yeah, this lover's not being truthful either. Because either the bombardier or the plague doctor is fake. Okay, so we got 2 people who are not being truthful already. We don't know if the medium... If the medium is being truthful, then the plague doctor is corrupting the baker. Oh, 1 is evil. 1, 4, and 5. Okay. Or none of them are evil. Okay. Now, what I'm wondering is, could the plague doctor be evil? In that case, there's no source of corruption, which means the baker would have to be evil. That's a contradiction. Okay. Yes, the baker is wrong, the lover is wrong, and the plague doctor is good. And, okay. So we have 3 more people who are saying wrong statements. Yeah, 1, 2, and then... okay, so the Empress is... Well, okay, so suppose that 1 is a real baker and is corrupted. Then the medium is truthful, and the other medium could be evil. Oh, okay, you know what? Let's see. If this person's evil, then this person's wrong, and this person's truthful. Minion card could be one away. Actually, let's see if this person's corrupted. Nope. Okay, so the scout is truthful. Yeah, if I found the person who was corrupted, then it would have made the level simpler. Anyway, this person's not corrupted. Get out of here. Okay, we get two outcasts. Yeah, there could be, yeah, 2 outcasts, and there's 2 corrupted people, and there's a duplicate because of the shaman. Okay, this guy didn't cure any corruptions. That's cool. Yeah, so we know the alchemist is honest because he said he cured 0 corruptions, and if the knight was corrupted, the knight would have been cured. So, yeah, it was safe to click that knight. Right, so there's a shaman and a puka. What do we have? We have a jester. Wait, what outcasts are there? Okay, well, there's no plague doctor. So it's just a bombardier who's legitimate, and there's a doppelganger somewhere. Okay, we have 2 knights, and we have 2 enlighteneds. 2 enlightened. And they have to all be legit. Yeah, there's only 1 jester, there's only 1 scout, there's only 1 medium, there's only 1 alchemist. Yeah, so these are all legitimate. One of them could be corrupted. Actually, yeah, there's a puka. So let's just unclick all of these. But yeah, all 4 of these are good. Yeah, the puka can't corrupt people who are not adjacent. 2 is a real enlightened. Well, 2 is in fact a real enlightened. Okay. 2 is a real enlightened, but it looks like we're running out of possibilities. And I think 2 has to be corrupted. Okay. Shows what I know. Yeah, so we have a shaman, and we have a doppelganger. So the 2 knights and the 2 enlightened are good. Oh, the enlightened is a doppelganger, and the medium's not being truthful, and the scout's not being truthful either. Okay, that's, yeah, I don't think we can win for sure now. But yeah, so the enlightened is a doppelganger. What I thought was going on was the jester was a puka, and like getting blocked by the bombardier, and then the scout would not have been evil, but the scout would have been corrupted, and that would have been impossible. Okay, so if I thought a little harder about that, I would have figured out that killing the jester was a bad idea. Anyway, the knight also could be a doppelganger. Well, oh right, because the medium is not being truthful. So yeah, the medium can't be truthful. Well, hold on. Is that possible? Yeah, if the medium was being truthful, then yeah, then somebody would be corrupted that's not getting accounted for. Closest evil is clockwise. Now that is definitely true. So, Right, the Enlightened is a doppelganger. Basically, the issue is I don't know whether this knight down here is corrupted or not. I think... Oh, there are two evils. Which I think means I just kill both of these guys and we're good. Okay, that was a lot less... That was a lot less bad than I thought it was. Oh, we have a witch. Okay. Well, what do we have then? Bombardier, Plague Doctor, or Doppelganger. Do we have corruption? Other than the Plague Doctor, no, we do not. 3 away from a corrupted character. Okay. It's only 1 pair of evil. I believe that. It seems believable enough. We have 2 mediums, which could be a doppelganger. Yeah. Okay, so if the bard is to be trusted, then either 6 or 10 is corrupted. Kind of tempted to just fire off the Plague Doctor's ability. But let's see if we can do a little better than that. Oh, so one of the knitters is lying and the other knitter is telling the truth. I guess they could both be lying, right? If there are 2 pairs of evil. I doubt that's the case, though. Well, okay, it could be both the knitters and the jester. Anyway. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's just see if the Plague Doctor finds somebody who's corrupted. Number 6 is not corrupted, according to the Plague Doctor. Okay, well, what if this bard is evil? Then, or evil, yeah, then the bard is not a real bard, and then 9 is not a real medium. And, well, what if the medium is corrupted? Then this medium is truthful, and one of these knitters is lying. And then there's one more evil somewhere. Okay. You know, let's... Okay, the judge says that the Plague Doctor is good. Well, what if the Plague Doctor is evil? Then the judge would also be wrong. And number 6 would be corrupted. And then the bard would be truthful. This medium would be truthful. This knitter would probably be truthful. This medium would probably be truthful. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of tough to narrow stuff down here. Let's click these 3 guys and see what happens. Among these guys, there's 1 evil. Okay, I believe it. But is it guaranteed? Well, no, because one of the knitters could be... Well, actually, okay, if both of the knitters are innocent, then the jester is evil, but... yeah, if both the knitters are innocent, then the jester is evil, unless the jester is corrupted. But, yeah, if they're both... Well, if they're both innocent, then one of them would have to be corrupted. So that's... clearly one of these guys is evil. So one of the knitters is evil, And the Jester, I guess, the Jester could also be evil and therefore be lying. But yeah, one of the knitters is evil for sure. Yeah. What if the Jester is corrupted? Then there would be two evils, I guess, among these guys, and that's definitely not possible. So the Jester has to be telling the truth. Well, actually, okay, evil and then another evil in here. Okay. Then... Okay, then what? And then there's one evil left, and there's somebody who's corrupted. Well, one of these people would have to be wrong. In this line, in this line, the knitter on the right has to be evil. Unless the knitter on the right is corrupted. Well, no, if there's one evil is a lie, then there has to be an evil among these guys, which means the evils are definitely... Which means evils are not adjacent is definitely false. These could all be evil. That's funny. Definitely could. Okay, let's try to make some progress. By... Oh. Well, let's just kill both these knitters. Or, you know, be prepared to kill both of them. Okay, I guess what I could have tried to figure out was, if this is truthful, then no evils are adjacent, and this knitter has to be evil, this jester has to be truthful, and then I probably could come up with a contradiction somewhere. Anyway, we have a plague doctor who says that number 6 is not corrupted. Is it possible for there to be two pairs of evils? Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about before. It could be that these are both evil. And that's the only way... Yeah, if this knitter is evil, then the jester has to also be evil. And that's how there would be more than... That's how there would be two pairs of evil. Okay. Do we have any, like, special minions? No, the evils don't do anything special. Let's see what this dreamer says. Okay, the dreamer's truthful. Good job, dreamer. What a bozo. Is it possible that 6 is evil and the judge is also wrong or evil? 1, 2, 3. So there... I mean, this judge could be... There could be a plague doctor in number 10. Although I think there's no way... Yeah, there's no way that the knitter is... The remaining knitter is corrupted. So yeah, this has to be truthful. And that means that's truthful. Yeah, the knitter and jester could both be evil, or neither of them would be evil. Oh, if 6 is not corrupted, then... Oh yeah, one of these guys has to be false. Yeah, so if both these guys are evil, then... Actually, the bard could be corrupted, and this could all be legitimate. But I'm gonna guess... Well... Yeah, I don't know. Let's just kill this bard and see what happens. Okay. Well, these can't both be evil now. So neither of them can be. Alright. 3 is not a real bard. 3 could be corrupted, though. Okay, cool. Alright, we have 2 outcasts, and we just have one person who could be the drunk. Okay. Yeah, one of these people could be the drunk. Let's just kill them both and let God sort them out. Okay. Okay, if I was wrong about both of them, then I would have gone down to 1 health, and then the Lilith would have killed me. So that was a bad decision. Anyway. Oh, okay, cool. In my head, somehow, another person was going to get killed. Okay, so 4 or 3 is a witch. I don't think the wretch has... okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Oracle just says that, the Oracle just says that the wretch could be whatever. Is the wretch a cabbage? Nope. Hold on. Okay, the dreamer... What if the dreamer is, what if the dreamer is corrupted? Okay. The plague doctor... Well... If the dreamer is evil... Well, okay, so suppose the dreamer is corrupted, the plague doctor is evil, and... Oh, so this could be the drunk, and the plague doctor could be fake. Well, okay, so let's look at the poet. Between 1, 2, and 5, there's 1 of each. So if this plague doctor is fake, then the poet would be lying, and the plague doctor would be lying, and 9 would be corrupted, and that doesn't work. That's not possible. Okay. That means the plague doctor was trustworthy. Okay, just click everybody, and we're happy. Okay, so we have a doppelganger, and we have potentially 3 people who are corrupted. Actually, we definitely have, well, we definitely have a drunk and a doppelganger. The Puka could be not corrupting 2 people if she's next to 1 or 2 non-villagers. Okay, Puppet is 1 card away from closest evil. That is true. Puppet is 2 cards away. That is false. Okay, yeah. I had to make sure there was actually a puppet. Okay, so evils are not adjacent. Yeah, that's false. Okay. So there's up to 3 people who are corrupted. I think one of the knitters has to be evil. Well, could it be that the lover is, like, the Puka, and, like, the lover's the Puka, this knitter is corrupted, and then this knitter is corrupted because they're drunk? No, because if this knitter is corrupted, then then there's a knitter, and the drunk cannot be a second copy of an existing card. So that's not possible. Let's just see what the fortune teller says then. Okay, cool. So this fortune teller is truthful, I think. And... okay. Let's see if this Slayer can kill somebody. Got him. Yeah, I thought because the lover was saying that this knitter is not evil. Although if this was the Puka, then the lover would be corrupted. Okay. There are 3 scouts. Okay, so the doppelganger is probably one of the scouts. Okay. Yeah, so this is probably corrupted and probably not evil. What if this person's evil? Well, then this person's not being truthful. This person's not being truthful. And this person's not being truthful. Okay, that's not possible. That's too many people who are not being truthful. Okay, so this person's corrupted and not evil. Puppet is one card away from closest evil. Well, this has to be true. So the scout has to not be corrupted, which means the scout has to be a doppelganger. This one's a doppelganger. And, right, okay, so, yeah, there is a drunk, which means there's one more corrupted person somewhere. It could be this scout. Okay, let's suppose that this scout is being truthful. Puka is 2 cards away from closest evil. The knitter is not evil, which means this lover cannot be evil, which means this scout is evil. Okay, what if this guy's evil instead? And this scout is just corrupted because they're drunk. Well, that's impossible because the drunk cannot duplicate a role that doesn't exist. Or a role that does exist. Well, this would be the doppelganger and this would be the drunk. You can't have the doppelganger and the drunk be the same. Wait, can the Slayer kill? Can the puppet kill if they're a Slayer? Let's kill this guy and find out. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Oh. We got a Plague Doctor and we got two other... Yeah, we got a Puka and a Plague Doctor, so 3 people who could be corrupted. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. Okay, well, we don't have a Plague Doctor, so we just have 2 people who could be corrupted. There's no way that this bard is being truthful. Well, it's not impossible. The Puka could be flanked by the Bombardier and one of the minions, or just both of the minions. In that case, yeah, so it's possible that this bard is being truthful, but I would be surprised if that ended up being the case. So, what if this bard is being truthful? Then this gem crafter is corrupted, and this bard is evil. I don't have... Yeah, there's no doppelganger or anything else that can add more of the same role. So one of these 2 bards has to be evil. And this baker is not being truthful. Minion is 2 cards away from the closest evil. I don't know. Oh, and then one of these is evil, one of these is evil. And then... yeah, and then there's a whole bunch of people who could be corrupted. Well, up to 2 people can be corrupted. Well, let's see what the druid has to say about these guys. Okay, so the druid's truthful. And obviously this other druid is not truthful. Alright, bye-bye. Okay. So... yeah, there's 1 evil among these guys. Minion is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Okay, what if this lover is wrong? And there's an adjacent evil. Okay, so this bard is evil. And this person is not corrupted. Okay. And this person is good. But that's impossible because this baker, there's not enough evils left, and this bard's saying there's no corrupted characters. Okay, so this lover is definitely either confused or good. Wait, if they're confused, I think that's the same contradiction. Yeah, so this person's wrong. And, oh yeah, this person's also wrong. Okay, so the lover has to actually be good, which means this bard is good and this bard is not good. And the gem crafter is corrupted, and we found Pluka. Okay, so yeah, Bombardier could be fake and there could be a doppelganger. But there is no Plague Doctor or Wretch, and there's a Poisoner, so there could be one person who's corrupted. Okay, this Alchemist is truthful. Right, I was gonna say, oh, the Slayer must be... Oh, so... I was like, okay, the Slayer must be not legitimate because this Baker didn't keep the chain going. But also, this Alchemist is real, so he would have been transformed if the Baker didn't get stopped by corruption from the Poisoner. So I think there's a Poisoner among these guys. Let's see if the Slayer can kill the Jester. No. So let's kill the Slayer. Okay, let's kill the Jester. Nope. Okay, so I guess I know... I guess this person is truthful. Okay, how is this possible? I guess this Baker could be evil. This Baker could be, well, okay, let's see what this Dreamer says. Okay, so this Dreamer is not being truthful. Oh, it's because the bomb... Well, hold on a second. Okay, so the Doppelganger was real. Oh, yeah, so there's a Doppelganger, which means this Bombardier was fake. Oh, okay, because this Alchemist was a puppet. Alright, there's one more evil. And, wait, is it possible for there to be corruption? Oh yeah, there's still a Poisoner. Right side is more evil, that is false. Okay, yeah, these people are both being dishonest. So which one is the evil? Okay, barely got there. Thank goodness you can use the powers of people who have already died. Okay. Number one was affected by an evil, whatever that means. Is there corruption? No, unless this, well, this Plague Doctor could be real. What I'm guessing is, well, I was going to say maybe the Druid was created by a shaman, but no, there's only one Druid. And there's two Jesters. Okay, yeah, so these two Jesters have to be real. One of them could be corrupted, and that's fine. Okay, how could the Druid be affected by an evil? I don't think it's possible. So I think this witness is lying. Okay, that's what I thought was going on. I thought the witness was corrupted, because if he was evil, like the lover would also be wrong. So I just wanted to see what the Plague Doctor had to say. Okay. Yeah, I can still use the Fortune Teller's ability. Okay, so this is not a real Fortune Teller. Oh, yeah, and there's no possibility of any other corrupted characters. Okay. There's no hidden outcast, so this Bombardier, I can just, I know the Bombardier is real. Okay, so the lover is accusing the Slayer. Is there any corruption? I think there was a Puka. Yeah, there's a Puka, so potentially 2 people are corrupted. If this baker was not truthful, then she would say that she was something else, I'm pretty sure. So I think that has to be honest. Okay. Minion is 1 card away from the closest evil. There are only 2 evils. Oh, wait a second. There's a whole bunch of corrupted people. Okay. Okay, so what's going on here? If this closest evil is equidistant statement is true, then these 2 are the evils, which already is a contradiction, because the 2 evils are on opposite sides, but the architect's statement that that's the case is allegedly false. So, yeah, this enlightened cannot be telling the truth. 1 adjacent evil. Okay, what if the, is it possible the architect is not telling the truth? Well, okay, suppose the architect is evil. The architect, I guess, would be the minion. Not that that matters a whole lot. Yeah, I think it's impossible for the architect to be evil. So this scout statement would be false. The lover would be accusing the Slayer. Wait, is this possible? Yeah, it looks like this is in fact possible. Okay, what if this is truthful? Then it looks something like this, with the scout being corrupted and the Slayer being legitimate. So let's see if the Slayer. Okay, so this hypothetical is not possible, because if it was, then the Slayer would have successfully killed the lover. Right, so if this is truthful, yeah, if this is, wait, what did I just do? Yeah, oh, if this is truthful, then there has to be, yeah, this one's evil, and then the one on the left side has, wait, yeah, either of these could be evil, actually. In my head, the Slayer couldn't be evil because the Enlightened was 2 away from the Slayer and the Architect, but that makes no sense, since the Enlightened is the evil one, not the Architect. But yeah, so this, yeah, so the lover cannot be the Puka, because then the Confessor would get corrupted. So yeah, the line would look like this, if I assume the Architect is good, and then also assume that the lover is evil. Okay, what if the Slayer is the evil one instead? Well, then this is truthful, and the Scout is still corrupted. Okay. Okay, if both sides are not equally evil, then If the if the architect is lying and both sides are not equally evil, then either the scout or the enlightened is the evil. Okay. Well, this lover, yeah, I think that's actually impossible because okay, so the lover, suppose if the lover is honest, then the slayer is evil. If the lover is dishonest, then the lover would be either corrupted or evil. Well, if the lover is corrupt, then the slayer is evil, and that's not possible. Okay, if the lover is evil, then the slayer is good or corrupted. But then both sides are equally evil is true. What if the lover is corrupted? Then the slayer is evil. That's not possible either. Yeah, so it's not possible for the architect to be evil. Could the architect be corrupted? Maybe? The closest evil is equidistant becomes impossible if they're all on one side of the enlightened. So this would be evil. If this scout was also evil, then his statement of minion being one card away from the closest evil, that would actually be true. And if it's true, then it would be false. Okay, so the architect just has to be good. That means the enlightened is evil, and yeah, I think the scout, yeah, well, yeah, so the scout is corrupted, which is what I thought, and then I think the slayer, yeah, there we go. Okay, so we actually have two outcasts because of the counselor. We have two outcasts, and then we have two copies of some good roll. Okay. What if I just kill 7 and 6? That'd be funny. I'm not doing that. Okay. Okay, between 7, 1, and 6. Oh. Okay, so... yeah, in this case, I forgot that this could have been what was happening. And it's possible that 6 is the real bombardier and 1 is the fake. Okay, well, this person's good. I'm the original baker. Somebody had to be the original baker. But yeah, so the bishop is definitely good and not corrupted. Can anyone be corrupted here? No, unless there's a plague doctor. Oh, but the plague doctor could be hidden under card number 8. Alright. Oh, goodbye, Lilith. Yeah. Okay. So we either started with 2 bishops or somebody disguised as a bishop. Okay. I mean, I believe it. So we would have started with 2 bishops and yeah, I don't know about anyone else. Anyway, we got 2 evils remaining. It's possible that that one of the evils is disguised as a baker. I don't think yeah, I think I need to figure out which bombardier is fake, and I think figuring out whether the knitter is being truthful or not is like the big step towards doing that. Okay. So this bombardier is real. The counselor is next to a bombardier. And we're out of here. Okay, one... Well, let's just see if we find... Okay, I was hoping we would find a wretch. The wretch is a very helpful role, since roles that identify evils, like you know that they're identifying the wretch. Wait, do we have corruption? Is the corruption game mechanic part of the game? Yes, but okay. Probably not, I was gonna say, but yeah. So this guy's wrong, and there's no more corruption mechanic. 1, 2, 5. Okay, the bishop, whatever. Bishop's legit. Good job, bishop. Yeah, and when you know somebody's good, or you know somebody's evil, you can, the judge, you can very easily just ask the judge whether they're good or not. Okay, so we have 2 outcasts right now, which is the correct number, but there could be a drunk or doppelganger, or both. Okay, between 3, 4, and 7, there's one of each, which is possible. What about 1, 5, and 7? Okay, what about 3, 5, and 6? Okay. I'm gonna kill number 7, because number 7 could be a counselor. Oh. Okay. Is 1 or 5 evil? Probably not. I don't know. Okay, so 3, 4, and 7. So this bishop is accusing the architect of being evil. The rightmost architect. Okay, we got a drunk. Potentially. Probably not. But it's possible. Okay, so these architects are contradicting each other. It's possible the bombardier is evil. Either the bombardier or the plague doctor is evil. In which case, like if the empress was evil, let's see, 1, 5, 7. Oh. Okay, so between 3, 5, and 6, one of them is evil. Okay, so the empress I would say is not evil, because like either 3 or 5 has to be evil, I would say. Unless one of them's drunk and the other one's not. Oh, okay. Between 3, 4, 7, there's villager, minion, and outcast. Okay, well, 7 is the outcast. Since we know the bishop's being truthful, 4 is the villager, and 3 is the minion. Okay. So left side is more evil is false. Okay, this hunter is being honest. Okay. Okay, so 9 is a real plague doctor. Is it possible this is false? Then the plague doctor is evil. Right side is more evil is true. 1, 5, 7. Okay, this is true. This all works out. And what if the, yeah, 3, 5, 6. Oh, these are not evil. Okay. So the right side is more evil, which means there has to be two evil people on the right side, which means this medium is evil, and this plague doctor is also fake. Alright, if I survive this level, it's going to be a stopping point. Because, man, I've been at it for a long time. And, okay, so we have 2 outcasts. I mean, there's not much to do. Well, actually, hold on. Was there a witch? No. So I can just click everything safely. Okay. Confessor is good. We do have 2 outcasts. I don't believe this alchemist. How much corruption can we have? We have a plague doctor, and we have a plague doctor potentially, and that's it. So this guy is definitely not being truthful. Okay. 1, 7, 8. Okay, so one of these 3 people. Huh. Okay, so if this bishop is being truthful, then one of the outcasts is fake, and there's a doppelganger. 1 or 7 would be a doppelganger, which is not possible because there's no other hunter and there's no other fortune teller. And there's no drunk. Yeah, so this is not possible. Which means both these people are good. Could be corrupted, but yeah, let's see if this person's corrupted. Nope. Let's see what the plague doctor says. Okay, the plague doctor's good. Yeah, because 8 is definitely not corrupted. So the hunter must be corrupted. The alchemist must be evil then. Well, let's see about this. Haha! Alright, let's get this bishop out of here. But yeah. I guess I'm gonna call it. I don't know if the difficulty, if like this gets any more difficult. I mean, I've had a decent number of levels where I've had to make some kind of guess because I made a mistake. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm gonna call it. And maybe I'll continue this sometime. I don't know. But until then, thanks for watching.